In a world where chads, grubs, and roleplayers are out to get you, building a secure fortress is everything. But within this chaos, one base stood above them all. They called it Machete, a meta 2x1, fit for a duo, trio, or quad, featuring an easy-to-build starter, 2 armored roof bunkers, a 360 shooting floor, a mini mountain roof, and a defendable compound, coming soon to a server near you.
Welcome to Machete. First, we're going to take a look at the gatehouses. There's one on either side of the base, with peaks looking back behind the furnace wall. You can also remove this window to kill anyone that's outside. When they're all dead, you can go outside and replace the window. Inside the compound, we have a skirt that runs around the whole base. On these sections, we have concrete barricade peaks that give you great angles on any raiders when they destroy your compound walls. As you can see, the base is designed so that the large furnace blocks entry into your skirt. To get past this, first raiders are going to have to destroy the turrets, which are protected by double chain link, and guard all 4 corners of the base, totaling 8 turrets in the compound. The skirt is also partitioned by chain link gates to make mobility more difficult for the raiders. On this side, we have a respawn point with peaks looking back behind the furnace wall and outside of the compound. In the tutorial, I'll show you how to build 2 different versions of this bedroom module. The one you're looking at now is going to cost you 4,000 stone extra to build, but it'll also add 3,000 to the total upkeep of the base. So depending on your group size, farming ability, or online needs, you can choose from 2 different versions to suit you. Jump on the siren lights or boxes to use the crouch peak to retake your skirt. As you can see, it wraps around the whole base, giving you great defendability. And on this side of the base, we have the other style of respawn point. It has the same peaks back into the furnace wall, but lacks the angles outside of the compound. It's up to you which version you build, but obviously with this one, you can seal the compound much faster. Running into the base through one of 2 entrances, we have these L-shaped stairs, which enable you to peek into the furnace wall and enter the base easily. Here on the second floor, we have a massive amount of storage, including these windowed loot rooms, which make the raid cost a little bit higher. To open the bunkers, simply place a roof here. Drop down and open the garage door to reveal the hidden loot. Both bunkers have honeycomb around them to make the raid cost even higher. On the opposite side of the base, we have the exact same setup with a windowed loot room and a bunker down here. And in the centre of the 2x1, we have even more storage with electric furnaces behind a window. If you feel like you don't need this much storage, feel free to swap out any of the loot rooms to bedrooms. Drop down into the core through this wraparound. Down here we have enough space for 2 to 4 players, 8 large boxes, workbench, fridge, and a TC behind this vending machine, in which you can fit over a day's worth of upkeep in. Jumping back up to the second floor, we have a mobility chute with a retake into the shooting floor. And up on the third floor, we have even more loot space with some beds and lockers. Behind this locker, you'll find a hidden battery. To access it, remove the locker and open the garage door. Use either one of the double doors on either side to access the shooting floor, or you can go down to the second floor and access it through the chutes, where we also have a retake on each side. If any raiders manage to get into your shooting floor, their entrance is also protected by an airlock. In here we have a range of different peaks, giving you great angles far away and all around your compound. As the shooting floor isn't wiped out, it enables you to build it before the externals, meaning the base is very defendable early game. Use the airlock to jump up to the next floor to access the other part of the shooting floor. And on the way up, we have a retake onto the roof. Opening the single door will give you even more angles, along with this peak which looks down into the furnace wall. Opening this double door will lead you onto other sections of the shooting floor, which have even more great angles in and around your compound. Splitting the shooting floor over 2 floors means that if you lose the main part, then you still have these to defend from, which include a respawn for each player. Exit onto the roof through the airlock, which has another peak into the furnace wall. Out here we have 4 turrets protecting the roof, 2 of which are in the mobility chutes, and the other 2 are protected by double chain link, making them impossible to bow out and very difficult for minis to destroy. In the centre here we have a meth lab with some boxes which can be swapped out for a mini garage if you prefer. On the sides of the roof, we have some great faraway peaks, along with this really tight horizontal angle that the brutalist skin allows. We also have these half-height windows which look into the compound, and these triangle roofs that give you some nice tight faraway peaks. The roof is mirrored in exactly the same way on the other side. Jumping up here on top of the airlock, we have space for a small farm, and 4 drop downs protected by chain link and roofs which lead straight down into the skirt. Last but not least, I'm going to show you the upkeep of the externals. This base only needs 2, which is great for progression, but in the tutorial I won't be showing how to build these bunkered ones, as they can be a bit tricky for new players. If you want to learn how to build them, check out the link in the description. And on the left hand side of the TC we have our vending machine, but in the other external there's a battery, and that's the tour done. Now for the build cost and upkeep. Here we have the footprint of the base, so make sure you choose a fairly flat area to build it on. And finally the build cost and upkeep. Easily manageable for a trio, a quad, or even a duo. If you think the HQM upkeep is a bit too high, then you're welcome to leave the bunkers metal, but that's up to you. Start off the build by placing down a 2x1, with 3 triangles at the back and a triangle here for the airlock. Then surround all the foundations with walls. In this tutorial, I'll be building everything in its final build grade, so just upgrade when you can. If you prefer, you can use 2 single doors for the airlock. When placing the triangle ceilings, make sure that they attach to the outside walls. This will prevent them from being affected by the triangle splash bug. More information in the description. At this point the starter will look like this. Now we can safely place down a TC on this triangle. Now if you're going to put a vending machine in front of it, you need to place the TC very carefully. With the foundation under it upgraded to metal, the TC should be 2 dots away from the front of the triangle and all the way over to the right. If you don't have any metal right now, this is what it looks like when it's stone. And if you've got the brutalist skin, this is what it looks like. I definitely recommend practicing this on a build server, just so you don't mess it up. When you're happy with the placement, lock the TC and put a single door in front. Then we can put some more doors down. In these double triangles, we'll put a windowed loot room. Make sure you place a shelf from outside of the base to make sure that it attaches to the outside wall. This is so it doesn't get affected by the triangle splash bug. Attach another triangle to it, put the boxes down, and then seal it in with the window. Remember to lock the boxes before you do this. Now we're going to place the salvage shelves in the corner. This might be easier for you to do if the door frames are a different skin. To place the vending machine, open the door and gently slide it in front of the TC. Make sure it slides in and out freely and doesn't get stuck on anything. When you've placed it, make sure to put something inside the vending machine. This will stop the rotate command coming up when you try to access the TC. And when you've done that, upgrade the door frame to metal. Now we can go ahead and start expanding the base. Place 2 more triangles outside the airlock and put down 2 full walls. Then we can place a half-height shelf as a jump up, or for now you can use a furnace if you don't have garage doors. Next on the second floor, place a half wall on the right, a full wall on the left, and then a window above the half wall. Put a triangle frame above and a triangle floor below it. Now we can finish the second floor. Put a double door frame on either side and surround it with walls. Again, remember to place the triangle ceilings so they attach to the outside of the walls. Next we'll put a loot room here. Then do the same on the other side, bridging over the half-height shelf with a square. In this triangle, we'll put our electric furnaces. But obviously don't seal it in until you've wired it all up. Finish off the third floor entrance to prevent anyone from going deep. Put a half wall above the window, a full wall on the left, and seal off the top with a triangle with a shelf in the middle. And temporarily, you can use a twig roof to get into the base. Before adding our bunkers, we need to do some more expansion work. Make sure you upgraded this wall and foundation before doing so. Keep this wall here backwards as it forms part of the bunker. You can upgrade it and rotate it later if you want to. This middle wall should also be backwards. Then build another square on this side with another backwards wall. To prevent splash damage, make sure all these triangle ceilings are attached correctly. Now put 2 triangle foundations here and build the bunkered loot room. Upgrade this door frame to the same material as the wall next to it and rotate it to activate this conditional corner. This will cover any gaps in the bunker. Next we're going to build up the entrance, put a half wall on this side, followed by a window, and then put down your L-shaped stairs facing this way, and then a single door frame with an armoured door when you can get it. Finish it off with a full wall on top, then a half wall to the side of it, and then the ceiling. Then build a loot room here with the boxes on a ramp. And on the left hand side we're going to build our windowed loot room. Obviously don't forget to place your boxes and lock them before placing the window frame. And then correctly attach 3 triangles above, followed by 3 more wall frames in these slots. Whatever you do, don't put anything in this slot as we need to leave it open for the bunker. To enter and exit the base safely in its current state, I recommend using this door with a triangle roof as a jump up. Alternatively, you can use the normal entrance on the right and place a wood wall here temporarily, which you'll have to soft side later when we build the bunker. Now repeat all the same steps that I showed you on this side on the opposite side of the base. So just rewind the video and watch it back again. Next we're going to add triangle honeycomb on these sections. Before we move on any further, we need to build this part of the shooting floor. So from here, build a twig square and then 2 triangles. Upgrade the final triangle and then build a frame on it. Then do the same on this side. When you're happy with that, repeat this step again on the opposite side of the base. Now we need to wall stack in order for the bunkers to work. After the triangle, build up by 7 squares. And at the end, put a triangle. Remove sections of the build out and build back in again so you still have building privilege. This way you won't have to melee out any foundations. So build up by 6 triangles after removing 3 squares. Remove all the triangles apart from the last one placed. Then remove 2 more squares. Build back by another 4 triangles. Remove these 4. And then remove the rest of the build out and build back towards the base. Upgrade these 2 triangles and place a wall here to seal the bunker. Make sure that it faces backwards. Now remove the remaining twig pieces and we're going to build our external TC. So build 2 squares, 1 wood, 1 metal. Then a full wall, a frame, and a wall frame. Now I'll show you how to build just a bog standard external, but if you want to build the bunkered version, check the link in the description. And of course remember your 2 half walls for the disconnecting mechanism to work. Now on this side we're going to put a vending machine, but on the other side put a battery, so you won't need this door frame. After you've done that, connect this foundation to the external with some frames. In the event that your main TC gets raided, you'll need to disconnect both externals like so. And when you've replaced your main TC, just replace the frames. When you've done one side, repeat this step again on the opposite side of the base. Moving on, place a wood triangle to the left of the square, then a metal square. Then place a stone frame here. Do the same on this side, but instead of a stone frame, place an armoured one. Make sure it's rotated correctly so it will cover the gap in the bunker. Next, place full walls all around the bunker. A triangle shelf here. Then place triangle ceilings here, making sure they attach to the outside walls. Everyone's below for the loot room. To cover this gap, place a frame in here, but make sure it stays stone. To cover this gap in the top of the bunker, first open the bunker, then place a triangle frame attaching to the ceiling you're standing on, not the wall, otherwise you'll lock the bunker forever. If you're having trouble doing this, you can sometimes do it from inside the bunker. As you can see, I can't for some reason. Next, build a triangle shelf as a jump up, and then a doorway. To finish this section, put a triangle frame here, a half wall on either side, a full wall in the middle, and then windows on top of these pieces. After placing embrasures in the windows, put 2 ceilings here. Place a floor and a frame for the jump up, and a triangle frame here to protect you from getting shot when you're using the retakes. To seal this part off, put a triangle floor and then a single door. Make sure the soft side faces you. After placing the garage door, put down 2 single doors. When completed, this section should look like this. When you've done that, repeat this step on the opposite side of the base. So again, just rewind the video and rewatch it. Before building the shooting floor, complete the third floor loot rooms and bedrooms. Once again, make sure all the triangle ceilings are placed correctly. On this side next to the jump up, we're going to place our battery. Make sure the door faces this way so we can fit the locker in here too. And on this side, I'm going to build a locker in here and a loot room to the left. But if you prefer, you can change it up with another battery compartment. For the shooting floor, first build triangle frames in the middle of the second floor wall. Now on this foundation, place 2 twig full walls. Next, place a window here, and 2 windows on top of the frame. Then do the same on this side. For the center section, place a twig square and triangle attaching to the twig walls outside, and then a window. Then you can attach these triangle floors to the center honeycomb, place all your embrasures, making sure these horizontal ones face inwards so you can't fall through the gaps. Then place some frames down to add stability, and seal in the roof. When completed, the shooting floor should look like this. Again, repeat these steps on the opposite side of the base. And when that's all done, make sure to seal in these 3 triangles too. Before sealing in the compound, complete the gatehouses. The 2 triangles on either side of this square, windows at the front. Then put half walls in these slots. Place another half wall here with 2 triangles connected to it, and then place a window. Do the same on this side. After that, seal in the roof. Now jump on top of the gatehouse to complete it. Put 2 triangles on either side and low walls to separate the turrets. You can also refuel the turrets with ammo through the low walls. Now place 2 wood triangles here and then twig ones in these locations. Now we can place our barricades. When you've done that, place the turret and the chain link fences. If you don't have any turrets yet, just place the frames but not the fences. Make sure that this last frame is stone as it holds up part of the shooting floor. Now on these metal squares, put a half wall. When you completed one gatehouse, do exactly the same on the opposite side of the base. And on this side of the base, we're going to build our compound bedrooms. Place 2 metal triangles on either side, 2 stone squares, 2 stone triangles, and a metal triangle in the middle to form this shape. Now first I'll show you how to build the cheaper version of the bedroom. Place a metal frame in the middle with 2 windows on either side, 2 full walls at the back, and then put down your triangle ceilings. To fit 2 beds in here, place the one at the back into the corner, place a locker here, and then place the last bed here very carefully. To build the expanded version, do the same, but don't build these walls at the back. Instead, put down 5 more triangles. Then put frames here with a triangle roof on top. Then put down 3 half walls with windows above them. For the best peaks, make sure the horizontal embrasures on the side face in, and the vertical one in the center faces out. To complete it, place down 3 triangle ceilings and 2 half walls. Before placing the roofs, put down 2 lockers in the center, but obviously make sure to lock them. And there's the expanded version finished. Moving on to seal the compound, I'm going to place down 2 low walls here, then a twig half wall and square. On top of the gatehouse, place down 2 stone half walls, then 2 wood ones in the center. Put ceilings on top, then wood frames for the double chain link. Remember to use a chain link gate on this frame so you can access the turret and fill it up. After you remove the twig, repeat this step on this side. To place the wooden barricades on top of the gatehouse, use a twig roof. Use 2 squares to balance the barricades on. Now this side is completed, repeat the same step on the opposite side of the base. Now to place the large furnaces, line yourself up between this low wall and this wall frame. Stand back and place the furnace as high as possible. Pay attention to this gap here to make sure it's not too big. You should have a tiny gap on either side that no one can jump through. Do the same again on all corners of the base. When you've done that, now we can place our compound walls. Position yourself in front of the gatehouse and place 2 walls either side, making sure that they're straight. Then with the compound bedrooms, place 2 walls either side, angling them out slightly. Look through the second log to line it up with the wall behind. Then the wall between them should line up nicely. And when completed, your compound will look like this. Now that the compound is secure, we can add some finishing touches. Add a chain link gate, then a ramp here. Build 2 twig triangles on top of the half wall, and place the concrete barricade on top. Make sure that it's aligned like so. When done, remove the twig. On top of this wall frame, put a half wall and another wall frame. Then put yet another wall frame here with a triangle roof on top facing away from you. Then we do the same on this side. To build up the shooting floor frames, build a triangle roof here. Put a half wall here with a stone frame on top, 2 metal frames in the middle, and then a half wall and a stone frame on the other side. As always, when you completed this section, repeat it again on the opposite side of the base. To add the finishing touches to the bedrooms, place 2 bear rugs to elevate the shotgun traps. Remove the bear rugs afterwards and the shotgun traps will still stay there. After that, put a half wall and a square floor. Then do the same on this side. Then add your chain link gates. And put a square floor here with window frames, making sure they're upgraded to metal. Then jump on top to extend the wall frames. Put a half wall and a wall frame above the compound bedroom. And another wall frame on the other side, and then put a square frame between them. This will add stability to the shooting floor. Now this section is complete, do the same again on the opposite side of the base. And now finally we come to the roof. Start by putting a half wall here and a triangle roof for the turret. Then put a door frame at the back, a half wall next to it, the ceilings, and 2 single doors. For this part of the shooting floor, place a triangle, and then 3 windows. Then place a twig floor here and on the other side, then a wood frame here. Then place a window on top of the twig and a low wall on top of that. Seal in the roof and remove the twig pieces. Then place 2 more triangle floors and then the embrasures. Place 2 beds in the middle, and then to put 2 drop boxes in the window, place some shutters, making sure they face inwards, and then place your drop boxes. Remove the shutters and replace it with an embrasure. Put a glass window here as well to stop the drop boxes from getting destroyed. Now you've completed one side, do the same again on this side of the base. To finish the rest of the roof, go over to this side and place 3 frames. And on top of the frames, put windows. After the embrasures, place a roof. Now on top of the windows, put 3 more frames, making sure the side ones are metal, as they support the turret. Then place a twig floor attaching to this window, then a triangle floor attaching to the frame. Jump on top of the triangle floor, remove the twig, and place half walls. After placing the turret, place a triangle floor on top of it, 2 more half walls, and then a square floor. Place a triangle floor here to make it easier to place the windmill. You can make the windmill higher if you want more power. Now place the chain link. Put a gate here, followed by 2 fences. Then place a twig floor, another wall frame, and another fence. Do the same again on this side to make the base symmetrical. You can add more frames to hold up the turret if you like, but it's not necessary. On top of these half-light windows, place a triangle roof. These can stay wood. On these sections, build another frame and a triangle frame attaching to it. This must be metal or one of the new skins to fit the roof in between it. With these modules copied onto the other side, the base should look like this so far. In the center of the roof, we're going to build 2 loot rooms. So place half walls, ceilings on top, and then low walls in front. Remember, you can replace this whole section for a helicopter garage if you prefer. Now jump on top of the entrance. Attach a triangle roof to the frame, and then place wall frames. On this section here, we want square roofs facing out, with triangle roofs facing this way. And now the base is complete. If you've made it this far into the video, make sure to leave a comment below. And a big shout out to Pang and Skate for helping me improve the base, so make sure to check out their channels too. See you in the next one. Cheers.